scroll up and I scroll down, and then still I found a text between you and me. I can't read it down. I wanna call you by, never mind, 'cause we go calm. But now I go, it feels like it's been ages.
Come.